I just helped this creator, and this creator get over 10,000 followers on TikTok in just a 24-hour period, and the same exact thing can happen to you so long as you implement this 6-step blueprint I'm going to share with you. I'm going to be telling you how frequently you need to post, what time you need to post, what hashtags you need to use, and 3 other things that are going to be essential to you getting more followers on TikTok. And I promise you, if you simply just implement this blueprint and don't skip anything, you're going to get more followers on TikTok, so ultimately you'll be able to monetize your account, because all you need right now is 10,000 followers. Honestly, even 5,000 followers, and you're gonna be able to make serious money from TikTok simply by uploading videos. Step number 1 is you need to make sure that you're posting at the right times on TikTok. Now, the time slots that I'm about to share with you, one of them is going to work better than the rest, so that's when the majority of your posts should be going out, and these time slots are for the specific time zone that you are currently located in. If you're in New York right now, New York time zone. If you're in LA right now, LA time zone. If you're in LA right now, go to New York tomorrow, it's going to be New York time zone. So wherever you are currently located, that is the time zone that you should be posting in. The first time slot is going to be from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The second time slot from 1 to 3 p.m. And then finally, this is the best time slot that makes the most posts go viral, from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And remember, the posts that you are posting also need to be contextual. So if you're gonna upload a breakfast recipe, please don't upload that at 10 o'clock at night. And then one other thing, you want to make sure that you do not post on the hour or the half hour. So if you're going to upload in the last range, don't upload at 10 p.m. Instead, upload at 10:02 or 10:05, because a bunch of people are scheduling out their posts on TikTok, and they do it either on the hour or on the half hour, so there's an increase in the amount of posts that are on TikTok at that time, which means that you'll get less views. But just posting at the right time isn't the only thing that you need to do, because like I said, there are 6 steps in this blueprint. The next step that we need to cover is how frequently you're posting. Right now on TikTok, you should post at a maximum 3 times a day, but ideally, I would just post 1 to 2 times a day. Now, I do want to caveat that. When there's something really big that happens in your niche, or you have something go viral, I would try to post more frequently than not. Basically, I would look at how frequently you're posting based off of how quickly there's new information coming out in your niche. And there are going to be certain time periods where there's a lot of new information, you can create a lot of posts, and you're going to be able to do that. Or in other niches, there's just not that much content all the time. So if you do something like sports, something big happens, or there's a big game, or there's a big trade, obviously you can make a lot of content around that. But if you just upload about art and you haven't made that much new art, then obviously you're not going to be posting as frequently as somebody that is posting about the news or something that is constantly changing. Now, before I share with you the best hashtags that you need to be using, I did want to emphasize something, and that is that right now is the golden age for you to be able to make money on TikTok. You only need a few thousand followers on TikTok to be able to monetize your TikTok. It is easier to monetize than Instagram, it's easier to monetize than YouTube, it's easier to monetize than any other social media platform, because TikTok is literally on your side. They want as many people as humanly possible to be making money from TikTok to help protect their interests in the United States, so you need to take advantage of this right now. And before I tell you about the different hashtag strategies, I also wanted to warn you about a few things when it comes to hashtags. First and foremost, there are 3 different types of hashtags. There are trending hashtags, which you can find on the Discover page. There are broad hashtags, things like hashtag FYP, hashtag viral, hashtag trending, and then there are post-specific, or you could call them niche-specific hashtags, which are going to be hashtags related to whatever you're posting about. For example, if I was posting about a bicep workout, it's going to be things like hashtag fitness, hashtag biceps, hashtag bicep workout. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is 25% of your hashtags should be broad hashtags. 75% of them should be post-specific or niche-specific. You should only be using trending hashtags, and it's really just 1 or 2 of them if you are participating in that trend. So here are the 3 best hashtag strategies you use, and remember, similar to the posting times, you are going to find that one of these is going to work better than the other 2, and I would use that one the majority of the time. And please do not make the mistake of reusing the same hashtags over and over and over again, because that's not going to help you. It's going to make TikTok think that you are spamming TikTok. So here they go. The first hashtag strategy is going to be 10 to 12 hashtags. The second hashtag strategy, 1 to 2 hashtags, and then finally 4 to 6 hashtags. Now remember, you should be using each of these strategies on a different post. Don't use all those strategies on one post. You want to test using a different strategy each post for a week, and then at the end of the week, you're going to be able to see which one of those strategies actually work the best for your specific content. Which brings us to step 4 out of 6 on this blueprint for how you can get more followers on TikTok fast. And now we need to talk about the only 2 types of content you should be uploading to TikTok right now. If you're not uploading one of these 2 types, it's the reason you're not getting the followers that you want. We could break this out into long form content and short form content, but more specifically, long form content is going to be TikToks over 60 seconds long and lives. Short form content is going to be memes, aka custom video memes, photo carousels, and really short TikToks, because where you do not want to be right now is in no man's land. No man's land is a 30-second video, a 20-second video, a 40-second video, because at the end of the day, you should only be uploading short form content, you should only be uploading long form content, but you need to make sure that you're uploading both of them, because like I just said, there are basically 5 different types of content that you could be posting on TikTok, and if you're ignoring 4 of them, 3 of them, or even ignoring 1 of them, that could be the type of content that would have gotten you the viral post that's gonna allow you to gain 5,000, 10,000 followers in just a 24-hour period. Because here's how growing on TikTok actually works. Most people think that in order to get 100,000 followers on TikTok, you're gonna gain like 500 followers every day for 200 days, or 1,000 followers every day for 100 days, or 2,000 followers every day for 50 days. But that's not actually how TikTok works. Instead, TikTok is a game of momentum. And if you look at anybody that's gotten a lot of followers on TikTok, I bet that the far majority of those followers have come from just a handful of posts. And that's what you need to be paying attention to, basically the 95% rule. What do I mean by this? 95% of your followers are going to come from 5% of your posts. So for you to get 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, more likely than not, it's going to come from a single post, which is why you need to be emphasizing all of those different post types, because one of them is going to be the format that is going to allow you to get more followers. And this leads perfectly into step number 5, which is that you need to make sure that you understand something. Right now, TikTok wants to show people multiple pieces of content that you're uploading. So if somebody is scrolling on TikTok, and I want you to test this for yourself on your own feed and on your own TikTok. I want you to interact with the TikTok, and then what you're gonna see is you're gonna see other TikToks by that creator. In fact, if you stay on TikTok for like 90 seconds and scroll, engage a little bit, scroll, engage a little bit, scroll, engage a little bit, you're gonna see the same creators pop up multiple times. And this same thing can happen to your viewers so long as you're being consistent in what you upload, because this is only going to be eligible to happen if you're doing several videos on the same trend, if you're posting several videos in the same length, and ultimately if there's some cohesion between all the content you're uploading to TikTok, aka you can't upload one thing about something and then another thing about another thing, because all you're doing then is you're confusing TikTok, you're confusing your audience, and ultimately what you don't want to happen is for somebody to engage with one post on your TikTok but then see another post and want absolutely nothing to do with it, because this is going to confuse TikTok and take away that momentum that would have allowed you to gain more followers. Which brings me to the last and most important thing that you could do, which is going to be optimizing your content. And there are 3 different ways to do this. First and foremost, it doesn't matter if you're uploading long form content or short form content, you need to make sure that whatever you're talking about is actually something people are interested in. And it's really easy for you to be able to do this. Just do a search on TikTok for whatever you're talking about and see if there are other videos that pop up that got a lot of views. If there aren't, don't even bother wasting your time creating that piece of content that you were going to create, because it is simply not going to do well. Now, after you do that, how you optimize your content is going to depend on whether you're uploading short form content or long form content. If you're uploading short form content, you need to be focused on getting 2 metrics right. First and foremost, 30% of people that like your content need to share your content. And secondly, you need to be getting replays. The only way that you get a replay is somebody completing 100% of your video, and ideally it should loop so it starts another play for that person. Now, if you're uploading long form content, those metrics you need are a little bit different. In fact, there are 3 metrics you need to be focused on. First and foremost, 70% of people still watching after the first 3 seconds. Secondly, 50% of people still watching at the halfway point, and then finally trying to get as many completions as humanly possible. If you're able to do those things, you're going to get more followers on TikTok than you could have ever imagined. Now, since you're still watching this video right now, let me ask you a question. Don't you think you'd be able to get more followers on TikTok and get monetized a lot more easily if you had somebody like me helping you out, since I've already helped tens of thousands of people do this? Well, then let me ask you a question. Why haven't you watched this video right here that explains the 3 different ways that we could work together, where we could hop on a phone call, I can audit your account, or we could work together for 30 days and I can guarantee I can help you get more followers on TikTok? What are you waiting for? I'll see you over there, because you know it's going to help.